This is 5 on your side at 5, focused on you.
Today, the man accused of causing a crash, causing a teenager to lose both her legs, was in a St. Louis courtroom. Just hours ago, a judge said Daniel Riley will stay behind bars without bond. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Kelly Jackson.
And I'm Mike Bush. Janae Edmondson, a teen from Tennessee, was in St. Louis for a volleyball tournament. She was walking to her hotel downtown when she was hit on Saturday night. Our Travis Cummings joins us live now from outside the Carnahan Courthouse, where a hearing just wrapped up a few hours ago. Travis.
Yeah, Mike and Kelly, it was very emotional in this courtroom today. Not only did the suspect, Daniel Riley, have to stand before that judge, but Janae Edmondson's parents were also in attendance, given a chance to talk about how they're feeling right now. Plain and simple, this family is broken. They say that their daughter had just played some incredible matches the 2 days before this happened, and their spirits were high. That was right before police say 21-year-old Daniel Riley, the suspect, was speeding Saturday night when he caused that crash near the Dome at America Center, pinning the teen. Edmondson's dad said the car, quote, took her out of his arms. Now today, prosecutors said Riley was doing 20 over the speed limit and didn't have a license. They also tracked 39 times that he violated the terms of his GPS monitoring system. He was supposed to be on house arrest while out on bond for a previous armed robbery case. A little more than $164,000 has been raised to support Edmondson's family. Right now, we have a GoFundMe link attached to the story at ksdk.com. Meanwhile, Riley is expected to appear in court again on Monday. We're live downtown. Travis Cummings, 5 on your side.
And last year, Riley was supposed to go on trial for an armed robbery that happened in 2020. According to documents obtained by our I-Team, St. Louis Circuit Attorney Kim Gardner's office dismissed the charges the day his trial was supposed to begin, then refiled the same day. As Travis mentioned, Riley was on house arrest and violated the terms of his GPS bracelet dozens of times. And an hour ago, St. Louis Mayor Tishaura Jones released a statement. She says, quote, visitors and residents alike should be able to feel safe in our city and our downtown. My office has connected with the Circuit Attorney's Office and judicial partners to review the processes that led up to this preventable tragedy. Our city can and must do a better job of working together to hold those who endanger our communities accountable.
Now to a developing story out of North St. Louis County. A driver is in custody tonight after firing shots at police.
Laura Barcheski is at the scene near Goodfellow and McLaren. Laura, what have you learned?
Mike and Kelly, St. Louis County Police tell us this all happened because a silver SUV made some sort of traffic violation near McLaren and Goodfellow. That's actually the one that they're trying to tow right now so that they could reopen Goodfellow, which is where we're standing. When officers tried to pull that person over, they sped away from police. Investigators say the suspect crashed into a light pole near D'Amato Court and jumped out of the SUV, running and firing shots at police near a church on the corner. Officers didn't fire back and took the person into custody. They said the suspect did have a non-life-threatening injury that happened during the incident and was taken to the hospital. We're not sure yet why this person ran from police, but as soon as we know more, we will let you know. Reporting live in St. Louis County, Laura Barcheski, 5 on your side.
All right, let's talk about our weather. Let's take a live look over St. Charles tonight. It was another beautiful sunny day, but tomorrow it's going to change because chances are for severe weather. Meteorologist Jim Castillo has the weather first forecast. Good evening, Jim.
Good evening. Yeah, stay weather aware tomorrow. It's all conditional on how much sun we get in the morning, if any, and then the instability. Just if it's there in the afternoon, we're going to see this line of severe weather move through, and strong wind gusts to 60, 70 miles an hour, the biggest threat. And that is including Oklahoma City all the way to St. Louis. So they've expanded the yellow area, which is a level 2 slight risk. And again, the main threat is 60 mile per hour to 70 mile per hour winds, but we could see an isolated brief tornado. That's the issue there. So have several ways to get warnings. Now, right now, it is a really nice evening. We made it into the mid-50s today. Plenty of cloud cover starting to stream in. We're watching, first of all, a lot of energy out west, and all of that's coming together, whether the Pacific Northwest or also around the Baja of California, and then that links up with the low pressure around Denver. and eventually a warm front heads our way, so we'll see a chance of some rain overnight tonight. A better chance, though, with the severe weather in the early afternoon. A little bit more on that coming up in just a bit. Kelly?
All right, see you then, Jim. And for the latest weather first forecast, text the word weather to 314-425-5355, and we'll send you a link.
New tonight, a Ferguson pastor says he used prayer to stop his own church from being robbed.
Elise Schoening is here to tell us how his service stopped the crime.
Pastor Marquela Futrell says he served as a St. Louis police officer for 10 years before serving the church. So when 4 masked men walked into his service on Super Bowl Sunday morning, his instincts and his prayers kicked in.
In the purple, tell me your name. I can hear you.
Pastor Marquela Futrell says the prayers were different during his February 12th Sunday service.
I asked the director of Children's Church, hey, just lock the doors, keep the children safe.
It all started when one man came into his church carrying 2 bags, questioning his children's services director.
I immediately just had the hairs on the back of my neck. I'm like, okay, something's about to happen.
That's when 4 masked men walked into his service.
Me being a former police officer, I immediately noticed their waistband, like there's something there.
Futrell proceeded with his service as usual, not wanting to scare his congregation or let the men know police were on the way.
I immediately directed my media team to zoom in on them because I knew we need some face recognition.
He acted quickly, calling the gunman out.
Saw the church and decided to come. Talk to me.
But he described what happened next as an act of
I still
God.
got a cop anointing and I still know what's going on and I still know what's about to happen. God's about to change the plot of the enemy. Lift your voice and shout unto God.
I believe they felt the power of God lifting their hands and then they left.
As a former St. Louis police officer, he says his instincts crossed paths with his prayers.
The Bible speaks of watch and pray. So while we're being spiritual, I'm also watching around trying to protect the congregants.
He says he hopes this serves as a wake-up call to every pastor and every church.
How is it going to look if there's an intruder? How do we protect our children? Background checks, all of the above.
Thanks to video, Ferguson police confirms to me 4 men left in a black Dodge Charger with tinted windows, and they're still searching for them. Futrell tells me this incident has already made him and his congregation implement active shooting drills with its own children.
Elise, thank you. Former Cardinal Hall of Famer and broadcaster Tim McCarver will be laid to rest this week. McCarver died from heart failure last week. He played for the Cards for 12 seasons and was a 2-time World Series champ. His funeral is in his hometown of Memphis, Tennessee. It's at St. Michael's Catholic Church. That's this Thursday. Visitation begins at 10 a.m. The funeral mass at